Hello, Namaskar, good evening. This is Balneet Singh Bedi. I welcome all of you to Tathastu Institute of Civil Services. Good evening, Javaina, Tejib, Komal, Dharmendra, Dipesh, Nidhi. Good evening, everyone. Let's quickly begin our session. Under mains Manthan, we have three important news. The first one, Supreme Court has stepped in due to egregious situation in the Tamil Nadu governor case. Now, as you all know, there was a news going on regarding the presidential reference under which Draupadi Murmu has asked under Article 143 few questions from the Supreme Court that whether you can impose the time limit on the president or the governor in order to give his or her assent to the bill. Good evening, Kathiravan, Roshni, Lavanya, Abhakiran, Shivu, Dattaraj, Javaina. Good evening, everyone. So here they are talking about the Supreme Court stand that whether it can impose the time limit on president or the governor, right? We will be discussing all of that in detail. Then comes breaking down the Chinese wall. Here they are talking about 75 years of India-China relationship. They are talking about elephant dragon tango, and at the same time, as you all must be knowing, our honorable PM is set to visit Tianjin to attend the SCO summit, and that is around 31st of August to 1st of September. So before our Prime Minister meets Xi Jinping, we have Chinese Foreign Minister who is in India, that is Wang Yi. So he has met NSA Ajit Doval as well as EAM Subramaniam Jaishankar, and also on Tuesday he has met Prime Minister Modi as well. So basically they are meeting the Chinese Foreign Minister, so that once our PM goes to China and meets Xi Jinping, all the discussions, all the deliberations needs to be talked upon then and there. Good evening, Utkarsh, Chandani, Ekta, Sabu. Then comes the last, the complex web of factors behind India's stunting crisis. Here they are talking about the stunting, the wasting, as well as the malnourished, kuposhit children. All of that we will be discussing. Then under Prelims Arthi, we have one news item regarding the saltwater crocodiles, as well as Prakasam barrage. It's an image on page number 7 or 6. Again, the important part is Krishna River. Okay, let's quickly start with the first editorial or the first news. Why in news? Reservation of bills by the governor. It covers GS paper 2, Indian polity. Then comes the context. As you all know that under the state of Tamil Nadu versus governor of Tamil Nadu, the Supreme Court has imposed the deadline 2 months, 1 month, that within this time frame the governor is supposed to give the assent to the bill, and if he is withholding the assent, the reasons should be conveyed to the cabinet or could be to the legislative assembly, right? Basically the legislative cabinet which is there in the state government. Then comes, it revolves around 10 Tamil Nadu state bills. So basically R.N. Ravi, Tamil Nadu governor, he did not give his assent to around 10 Tamil Nadu state bills. He sat over it and he wanted to declare these bills as dead, because since 2020 he was not taking any of these steps on these bills, and that is why Supreme Court has intervened. The governor withhold his essence, citing his constitutional discretion under Article 200. So Article 200 tells us the power of the governor to give the assent, withhold the assent, or reserve the bill for the consideration of the Rashtrapati. Then comes, had an earlier judgment granted deemed assent to these bills. So basically, during the case State of Tamil Nadu versus Governor of Tamil Nadu, Supreme Court has given the assent bypassing whom? Bypassing the Governor of Tamil Nadu. Then comes why SC, why Supreme Court has stepped in. Now first is the reference bench led by Chief Justice B.R. Gavai observed that SC intervention due to egregious situation, basically a situation which was a deadlock and it needs to be resolved. That is why Supreme Court has intervened in between, and Justice Narasimha described the situation so stark and glaring that court felt compelled to intervene. Then comes that observation does not overrule the previous judgment. Basically, it acts as a precedent. Overall story आपको पता होनी चाहिए. We will not get into the detail. Now, what are the arguments which have been presented by R. Venkataramani, that is Attorney General. Now here if you see, he is saying कि भाई governor ने अगर withhold किए भी हैं bill under Article 200, that is his power. But Constitution allow करता है कि भाई President और Governor withhold कर सकते हैं, withhold the assent to the bill. But Venkataramani, the Attorney General, has criticized the Supreme Court case and says कि आपने overstep किया है legislative domain को, and we have separation of powers under Article 50 under DPSP, but you have overstepped your authority here. Then comes Tushar Mehta. What Solicitor General Tushar Mehta is saying? It is saying it does not need to examine the facts of the case, rather maintain the constitutional balance with executive or legislative power unnecessarily. Then comes Chief Justice of India and Kant. What are they saying? That they are obvious enough to necessitate, भाई तुमने situation ही ऐसी create कर दी है कि judiciary को in between has to enter, has to intervene and sort this matter out. That is why it has come to the rescue of the problem. Then comes the core legal issue. Now what could be the core legal issue? If you look here, the presidential reference challenges whether Supreme Court. अब बात ये आती है जो राष्ट्रपति जी ने पूछा कि भाई क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास इतनी पावर है कि जो संविधान ने अंडर आर्टिकल 200 आपको पावर दी है to give the assent, does Supreme Court has that much power कि it can impose a time limit, it can impose a time limit on the powers of the governor and the president. बट इट सेज कि टाइम लिमिट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में तो नहीं है, एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी पावर्स दी है, बट वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को ओवरराइड नहीं कर सकता. माना अंडर आर्टिकल 142 सुप्रीम कोर्ट को कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पावर्स दी गई हैं, बट इट कैन नॉट ओवरराइड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. दैट इज द मेन इशू हियर. देन कम्स डीम्ड एसेंट. अगर आपने उनको एसेंट दे दिया, जो 10 बिल थे जिसमें तमिलनाडु गवर्नर आर एन रवि वाज सिटिंग नॉट गिविंग एसेंट, बट आपने उनको डीम्ड एसेंट दे दिया, दैट डज नॉट मीन कि आप एग्जीक्यूटिव और लेजिस्लेचर के ऊपर चले जाओगे. यू कैन नॉट इंटरवीन इन बिटवीन, यू कैन नॉट ओवरराइड द फैक्ट. Okay, that was all till now. Now you have a PYQ here asked in 2013. Quickly solve this question, everyone. Yes, Dattaraj, it is subjective to judicial review. वेरी गुड. सो बेसिकली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में गवर्नर को रिमूव करने का कोई भी प्रावधान, कोई भी प्रोविजन इज नॉट मेंशन्ड. ओके, नो प्रोविजन हैज बीन मेंशन्ड in order to remove the governor. So C is the correct answer here. Very good. All of you have given the correct answer. Srimant, Kathiravan, Roshni, Sabu, Mamta, Ekta, Dipesh, all of you. Now there is one more question quickly, everyone. Very good. Dataraj, Mamta, Dipesh, Rishi, all of you are giving the correct answer. Here, the discretionary power are to send the report to the President of India for imposing the precedent rule, basically under Article 356, when there is failure of constitutional machinery in the state, or when the state is not working as per the provisions of the Indian Constitution. Then comes appointing the minister only on the advice of the Chief Minister, so it is not a discretionary power. Reserving certain bills for consideration of the President of India, 1 and 3. So basically B is the correct answer here. B is the correct answer here. Very good. Kathiravan, Ekta, Dharmendra is given the wrong answer. Sabu, Roshni, Srimant, Rishi, all of it given the correct answer. So Dharmendra, I hope it has been clear to you. Now comes again the second editorial, breaking down the Chinese wall. Basically, we want to build good relations, cordial relations between India and China. It has been rough since Galwan Valley clash 2020. Though the process of disengagement has started, but we have a long way to go, right? So okay, this has not been changed. Basically, this is IR part. Okay, this is IR part. Then we move to the next. That is the first slide. India and China, as I've told you, they are marking 75 years of diplomatic relations, beta. Then what are the recent signs? What are the recent signs of the Defense Minister met the Admiral Dongjan, resumption of Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. I've just told you in the beginning, foreign ministers visiting India, meeting NSA Ajit Doval, EAM as well as PM also, so that when our PM goes to attend the SCO summit in Tianjin, view of the deals we can sign with China and have good relations with them. Then you move to the next. We are also starting direct flights from New Delhi to Shanghai. Then we move to the next, that is historical perspective. Now ancient ties between, they were rooted in knowledge and culture, not just trade or politics. Chinese monk Fexian, Zunjiang, Yinjing, China, Nalanda represented intellectual exchange. So basically this editorial is also referring to older civilizations. They are basically talking about the historical relation between India and China. Okay, it is talking about early model of intellectual diplomacy. We need to learn from Nalanda. माना हम दोनों के बीच में differences हैं, but that does not mean कि हमारे बीच में disengagement भी होनी चाहिए. Philosophy of openness, let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. If we move to the next, India and China, again recent thought, this has been explained. Then comes opportunities for mutual learning. India can learn from China in what areas? In food security, in local infra, in grassroots entrepreneurship. Then what China can learn from India? Democratic decentralization. That is 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. Civil society engagement. We give more importance to the civil society. Okay, digital public goods, they all must be learned from UPI and all the success story of Digital India mission as well. And there should be emphasis on collaborative learning and no more competition. ठीक है, हम कोलैबोरेट करेंगे एक दूसरे के साथ, बट हम कंपटीशन नहीं करेंगे. उसके बाद बात आती है नालंदा वे. एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू, लिटिल बिट ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल रेफरेंसेस आर बीइंग मेड हियर. इफ यू रीड नालंदा वे हिस्टोरिकल लेसन्स, डिसएग्रीमेंट, अगेन आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट डिसएग्रीमेंट डज नॉट मीन डिसएंगेजमेंट. अगर आपके साथ किसी के साथ मतभेद हो सकता है, डज नॉट मीन कि आप उसके साथ मन भेद भी रखोगे. प्रिंसिपल्स टू गाइड मॉडर्न एंगेजमेंट, all these have been suggested. Practical steps, basically strong research in China, smoother academic cultural exchanges. हमारे academic forum होते हैं, हमारे parliament forum होते हैं, हमारी Bollywood movies होती हैं, हमारे film festival होते हैं. All of these are the example of soft power diplomacy. Then long term people to people connections as well needs to be built with the same. Then comes that this should balance the firm positions with openness and dialogue, inspiration from civilizational ties and intellectual diplomacy, again referring to the Nalanda story. Okay, breaking down the moving beyond fear and paranoia towards thoughtful, mutually respectful engagement. Nothing to explain here. Okay, Ekta has given a good fact, very good. Dattaraj is saying such as food security. We are trying, Dattaraj. We are working on that. We are working on the food security, infrastructure development, security ties, economic ties, all of that are being doing. Right? Good morning, good evening, Hussein. Then comes the third one. Complex web of factors behind India's persistent stunting crisis. Here it's talking about Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan stands for Prime Minister Overarching Scheme for Holistic Nourishment. GS Paper 2, Governance and Social Justice. अब क्विकली देखेंगे हम फर्स्ट पॉइंट. चाइल्ड इज टू शॉर्ट फॉर देयर एज. स्टंटिंग किसे कहते हैं? अगर अपनी एज के हिसाब से, अपनी उम्र के हिसाब से बच्चे का जो हाइट है दैट इज टू short, that is by gone now. Then comes the very good Roshni, there has led to stunting among the children. Then comes only these many babies under 6 months exclusively breastfed. Then comes only these many babies under 6 months exclusively breastfed. Only 64%. So around 36% are not breastfed properly. Then comes poor diet, minimum acceptable and diet standards, that is related to diversity and frequently. Okay, wait. Video is not working. बच्चे, all of you can just refresh. Is it working now? Ekta, Dharmender, Rishi. Buffering again. Okay, clear. Anand is saying it's clear now. Okay, let's start. Okay, Rishi, I got your point. Only 11% of children, they are meeting the diversity standard and rest did not. Then comes the open defecation, unsafe water, it increases the infection risk, nutrition absorption में problem होती है. अगर आपकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, then automatically you will not be able to absorb that much nutrient in your body, so that's another problem. Even these many households are still practicing open defecation. That is a major problem even today. Then if they are malnourished, more infections, reduced absorption, worsened malnutrition, and 100% it leads to stunting, also the wasting. Okay, then maternal education, we need to teach the mothers as well. Then children of schooling, all of that powers हैं उनको जाने नहीं देंगे, उनके लिए again problems हैं. All of this is affecting the maternal as well as the stunting among the children. अब क्या है? Stunting often visible at birth, indicating pre-birth nutritional deficits. अब ये सिर्फ हाइट को अफेक्ट नहीं करता, ये कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट, एजुकेशनल आउटकम, फ्यूचर एम्प्लॉय, these are what? These are consequences, points which the students, which the children are facing here. Okay, then we move to the next, that is stunting is multifunctional. Okay, it is multifactorial. You talk about nutrition, maternal health, sanitation, as well as socio-economics. Maybe it will not buffer then. Solutions require holistic cross-sectoral intervention. Cross-sectoral matlab Ministry of Health, Family Welfare, Ministry of Women, Child Development, all of these would be working together in order to provide the best possible solutions to the children. Okay, then maternal health को address करना है, education, sanitation, also the nutritious food, which is very much crucial. Then comes a PYQ for each one of you. Quickly solve this question, everyone. Everyone, quickly give me the answer. Very good, Javina. Given the correct answer. The first is wrong. They do not act as PR areas. That is not their job. 3 and 4 are the correct answers. Then under Prelims Sarthi, we will be covering first that the population of saltwater crocodiles has increased in Sundarbans Biosphere Reserve. That is in all these are the adults. These data are not relevant from your exam perspective. Only this thing, carnivorous predator help maintain clean water ecosystem by consuming the carcasses, as well as they are found in West Bengal, Odisha, Andaman, Nicobar. Odisha, better Kanika located in Odisha, right? Bitter Kanika, it's all. These are important monitoring. Only this much is relevant here. Then we move to is it working? Very good. All of you have given the correct answer. Katiravan, Dipesh, Roshni, Ekta, Mamta. Which one is the national aquatic animal of India? It's gangetic dolphin. It's gangetic dolphin. But you need to know about the saltwater crocodile, olive ridley turtle. It's basically in the Gahir Matha sanctuary. It's in Odisha, right? Famous, known for Ari Badda. That is your mass reproductive, what they do it. Then Gharial, again famous for the crocodile. It's a crocodilian species only which has a long mouth. Okay, then we move to the next, Prakasam barrage. It's basically near the Krishna river. If I just show you here, if you just look here, it is across the Krishna river in Vijayawada. In Krishna river in Vijayawada. Now Krishna river, we will quickly see about the Krishna river. It rises from Mahabaleshwar. Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. It passes through Maharashtra, Andhra, Telangana and Karnataka before it drains its water in Bay of Bengal region. If we talk about the river inflow and the river basin, Krishna is the 4th largest river in India after Ganga, Godavari and Brahmaputra. Okay, then one more thing, we have Bhima, we have Musi, we have Munneru. We have Munneru. All these are the tributaries of Krishna along with Ghat Prabha, Mal Prabha, Tungabhadra. All these are the tributaries of Krishna. I'll repeat it again. Mahabaleshwar, Western Ghats, Maharashtra. It passes through Maharashtra, Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, drains its water in the Bay of Bengal region, which are its tributaries Bhima, Musi, Munneru, then Ghat Prabha, Mal Prabha and Tungabhadra. Now if you're gonna Google, you look Ghat Prabha, Mal Prabha, Tungabhadra, most of the PYQs have been asked from these rivers. So again, it is very, very important from your exam perspective. With this, we have come to the end of daily news analysis session. I hope you have understood each and every point. If you face any of the issues, you can jot down your comment in the comment section and I will definitely get back to you with immediate reply. Thank you so much. Jai Hind,